Okay, welcome to the introduction to the classroom banner project. To begin, let's take a look at our rubric. Okay, the directions. Using a 1400 by 300 pixel GIMP canvas, that counts as 15 points, getting the right pixels, create a custom classroom banner for our shared Google Classroom page. Banner must include a custom background, choice of color or gradient. Okay. The name of class, Mr. DeCola's name, a custom class slogan of your own creation. Ooh, that'll be creative. Name of trimester, which of course would be trimester 3. Your own name in small font in bottom right corner. Actually, for the trimester, put whatever trimester you're working in. Make sure you put the right trimester. And of course, a picture from the internet. Okay, now let's take a look at an example. Here we have an almost finished example, although I think right here where my mouse is, it could probably use a picture from the internet. This example, while beautiful, I would say, does not have a picture from the internet. But I would say there is maybe close to 100 steps or so that went into making this. Let's take a look at how. So to begin, you've already watched the keyboard commands video 1, and we should know that to create a new canvas is a very specific keyboard command. So that keyboard command to create a new canvas is Command N. Oh, look at that. And we want to make sure that our width and our height are 1400 by 300. So if we've typed in 1400 by 300, just like I have here, 1400 by 300, we now can click OK, and it will create a blank white canvas. Oh, hot dog, look at that. I always like to make my canvas window bigger so that way I can see the edges. At this point, I can downsize this guy right here. Okay, so to begin, I like to very simply fill in. Using the paint bucket tool the background. Okay, look at that. Now, not only do I have a colorful background, but if we look back at the fun example, I have so many textures. I've used the paintbrush to create textures on top. Now let's take a look at how to do that. If I grab my paintbrush tool, and I'm actually going to make this window a little smaller. Okay, if I grab my paintbrush tool, I click on the paintbrush tool right here. I want to change the paintbrush color because, quite simply put, you won't see it if you paint red on red. So if we click on the paintbrush, we click on the foreground color, change that to, let's just do a nice yellow. Okay, let's click on yellow. So if you notice I clicked on yellow, I did the specific yellow in here, click OK. Okay. And now I want to go to my tool options. The tool options, as always, is this light switch tab over to the right, the light switch tab. Now, if you notice, opacity, which I believe we discussed in the past, opacity is simply level of transparency. So at 100, it means you cannot see through the paintbrush at all. But if I lower the opacity to, say, let's do 50 or so, now you can see through my paint strokes, meaning they look transparent, almost like a ghost or a window. Let's change colors. Okay, now, oh, look at that. You can see how transparent my paintbrush is because you can see the other paintbrush behind it that I did in the past. Now, as you'll notice, I am beginning to create some nice textures on top of my originally very plain red background. At this point, I might suggest pausing the video and creating your own background now. Okay, wonderful. Thanks for coming back. I'm going to even go a little crazier. I'm going to create some paintbrush to another color. Let's do blue. I like blue. Look at this, ladies and gents. It's like the 1980s is happening all over again. Ha ha ha. Okay. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to do a fourth color. Let's do some white. All right, rock and roll, so cool. Okay, so now at this point, let's compare with our other canvas. The main difference is the text. So let's take a look back at our directions. A custom background. Oh, we did that. Is our canvas the right size? It is. Okay. So now let's write using the text tool. Let's do the name of the class. Okay. I want to make sure that I have the text tool chosen, and I also want to make sure that the color that I have chosen is a color that I'm going to be able to read. Let's do a nice bright yellow for now. Okay. Now, we have the text tool chosen. We have yellow as our foreground color. Let us go all the way over to our tool options. If you're looking at the tool options, ladies and gents, you can see that we have a very specific font chosen. We have so many options. You can choose whatever font you like. Yellow is our color, and we have a size, a 49 size font. Let's go with closer to 100. Okay, you can also just highlight and type in the number that you want. Now, it's important when you're using the text tool that you click and drag yourself a text box. And let me do that again. You have to click where you want the text box to start and drag. Now, I'm making it nice and big because I know I need to type two big words. Media production. Oh, right, media production. Now, I'm actually not a huge fan of that font. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to my font box and I'm going to choose, let's see, I liked this one. Oh, nice and simple. Okay. Let's do this. Rock and roll. Wonderful. Okay, so now we have our class name. What else do we need? Mr. DeCola's name. Oh, that's the best name in the book. Right here, let's make a new text box, something like this. Okay, now if you noticed, I started the text box somewhere where there was not already a text box. That's very important. You can't start a text box in a place where there's already a text box. So if we click and we drag, now, if you notice, I'm also making this text box not as big as the other one because I know that I'm not writing as big a word. I also want to change the size of the text, maybe to 75. Because as important as Mr. DeCola is, and he swears by that, he is not as nearly as important as the words media production. Media production is what it's all about. Now, here we have Mr. DeCola written, and we have media production written. But they're written in the same font. I don't like that. Let us change the font of Mr. DeCola to something a little bolder. Oh, look at that. Look at that. But if we're going to make it bolder, maybe make it smaller. Now, ladies and gents, you'll see that the maker of this video is simply exercising his creative choices, just like you can do. Okie doke. So now we have media production written out. We have Mr. DeCola written out. What else do we need? Oh, a custom class slogan. Let's do this. Okay. No. So this actually is a lot of the same things. So we're about to go in super speed. All right, put on the brakes. So if we notice, I have all the text. I have my class name. I have Mr. DeCola. I have the class of the name. I have the name of the class as well as media production. I have where the magic happens, and I have my name, Joe Schmo. So if we look back here, the only thing that I'm missing is a picture from the internet. Holy guacamole, I can make that happen. So if you notice, I went to a new tab and I searched up an image. The easiest way to make this happen is to drag the image either to your desktop, such as this, or to drag it to your downloads folder so you know where it is for later. So you can drag it to your desktop like this, or you can drag it to your downloads folder just like that. Okay, so I am going to use the image that is on my desktop, drag it into my canvas, and now is a wonderful time to save. As you might recall, if we're saving for the first time, which we are, you want to hit Command-Shift-S. Okay, I'm going to type it in as banner for video because that's what it is. We're creating a banner for the video. Now, I don't want to save in documents, I want to save in pictures, and save. Okay, now, let's reflect. Is this image from the internet? It is from the internet. So anytime that we have an image from the internet, you have to do what is called a fake scale. So as you may see, I have grabbed the scale tool. I'm going to click on the image. I'm actually going to change the size a little bit. Okay, and I click scale. Now, I love the image, but I do not like the white that is behind it. So what I have to do is grab the magic wand tool. The magic wand tool will select all of the white all at once. I'm going to click, and I'm going to use Command X to cut out the white, and just like that, the white is gone. Okay, so what I did was I dragged it on, I did a fake scale, I have used the magic wand tool to select the white, and I used Command X. I used Command X to cut. Now again, if you find yourself not being able to do this, simply rewind the video and watch again. Now, as you see, I still have these marching ants all the way around. I want to get rid of those, and I need to do that by unselecting and clicking Command-Shift-A. Would you look at that, the marching ants are gone, the box is still there, which is okay. I'm going to use the Move tool, which is diagonal. I'm going to use the Move tool to move it a little closer down here. And just like that, ladies and gents, I have myself a banner. At any point, if you were lost, please feel free to go backwards. Other than that, please have a wonderful, wonderful day.